Some news this afternoon. Former federal Labor opposition leader, he was running for Prime Minister in 2004. Of course, he's been a media commentator for a while. I'm talking about Mark Latham, has announced he'll join the Liberal Democrats Party, which of course is headed by David Leyonhjelm. Mr Latham has revealed his decision in a post on his Facebook page, saying he was returning to politics to play a role in fighting for our national values. David Leyonhjelm joins me now. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon.
Why Latham? Did you ask him to join?
Oh no, he approached us. He's been observing me and paying close attention to us now for a couple of years. He attended the Australian Libertarian Society Freedman Conference 2 years ago, and then again this year. And he and I have chatted from time to time. It was becoming obvious that he was getting closer and closer to us politically.
Does he want to run for politics? I mean, does he, you've got one spot from New South Wales. Does he want to knock you off?
No, I don't think he wants to knock me off. But does he want to return to politics? I don't know. I'm not sure that he knows himself. We did a little interview for my Facebook page last weekend, and I sort of discussed that with him, whether he might come back into politics. And he made it. He sort of hummed and hawed a little bit and hedged. I said that would be a little bit like getting married a second time. It's a triumph of hope over experience. And he laughed, and then he said, "Yes, but I've done that. I've got married twice, and you're much better at it the second time." So, it may be on his mind, but there hasn't been a serious discussion about it.
What are the opportunities with your party for him to run? I mean, no doubt I'm expecting that you'd want to run again, which would be pretty hard to get 2 spots. Would it be running for the New South Wales Parliament potentially?
Yeah, that's a possibility, running for the Senate in another state if he doesn't want to run in New South Wales. We have obviously run a lot of candidates in positions where we never have any chance of winning, but we have a relatively few positions where we do have a chance of winning. That's mainly Senate and state upper house seats. So any of those, if he wanted to put his hand up, he'd be seriously considered. But we do have other people in the party who put their hands up too. So obviously that would be a matter for the National Executive to decide who they preferred. He's
said some things that have really offended people. He's been a very divisive figure. He has certainly, been saying some things about women which have been offensive to a lot of people. Rosie Batty, for instance, has been the subject of that. Are you comfortable with all those views?
Oh, look, we don't pass judgment on what people say, on how they express their views. What I am satisfied about with Mark is that his views accord at least 90% with the position of the Liberal Democrats. So he's in favour of individual rights and responsibilities, very strongly in favour of free speech.
Do you think his views are offensive to women?
No, I don't think so. He certainly doesn't intend to be.
Well, it's not just about intention, is it? It's about what it is.
No, I think intention is very important. I don't think he's intended to be offensive. If people interpret something as offensive, that's up to them. That's not up to Mark. So, the thing that does upset him is identity politics. Characterising people in terms of the group that they belong to rather than as individuals in their own right. He says it's demeaning. And not the right way to view the world. I tend to agree. The Liberal Democrats is based on individualism rather than collectivism. We don't have views that are sort of relevant to whether or not you're male or female, black or white, gay or straight. We just don't see people in those terms. And those are the groups that Mark is most animated about in terms of how people define themselves.
So if he does run, just a final question, do you concede that might hurt you, especially with female voters?
No, I don't think so. I'd be surprised if anybody who was upset with Mark would ever consider voting for us in the first place. So I'd be very surprised if we lost any votes over it.
Okay. Thanks so much for joining me, and have a happy budget.
Thank you very much.
That's the Liberal Democrats Party leader, David Leyonhjelm. He's a senator, and talking there about former federal Labor opposition leader Of course, also media commentator Mark Latham, who's decided to join his party, which of course is, well, interesting given that Mark Latham once was the leader of the Labor Party and ran for Prime Minister, would you believe it, in 2004 against John Howard. Of course, he didn't win. 0418 226 576 is our number.